Again, in 2014, President Obama said this is a humanitarian crisis on our southern border, and he demanded $3.8 billion in order to just the custodial aspects of taking care of unaccompanied minors who came across our border. Look, they may want to refute statistics, but there are 12,000 children right now in Office of Refugee Resettlement facilities that you can't just turn loose and put on the street of Laredo. You have to take care of them and place them with families. And we're obligated to place them with families who are going to look after them.
The president is the president of the country. It's on him. He's the leader here. So he's going to, at some point, have to, I mean, if they don't blink, it's going to be him. So what can he do to come up with some kind of an arrangement, some kind of a middle ground to get this government opened again?
Well, in my opinion, border security is national security. And the House did pass $716 billion defense appropriation that came into play October 1st of last year. Of that money, the president needs to take the $5.7 billion he needs for the immediate use on the border to provide border security. I know there are members on my side who do not like the idea of using defense dollars for non-defense purposes, but in my opinion, this is a defense purpose.
Yeah, and isn't there like $28 billion at the Pentagon that went unused last year?
Well, the problem is they always try to spend it right before the end of the fiscal year. But look, there's also $50 billion that the Democrats just said they want to give in foreign aid. So take the money from that foreign aid and use it to defend our border, and then we can look to helping people in other countries. But we need to take care of our people first.
They don't want to do that. They don't want to do, because then the president gets a victory. I mean, unfortunately, it feels like this is all about 2020 and not giving the president an opportunity to meet another campaign promise.
You are right on the money. But you know what? I'm happy to have the president's back in Congress. I feel like he has my back as a Texan. I'm glad he's going down there. I think it's important, and I'll continue to have his back in Congress.
Yeah, but people don't want to see this kind of fighting. Is this what the next 2 years are going to be like, Congressman, that everything the president wants, the Democrats are going to stop him so that nothing gets done in a 2-year period?
It's quite possible. I'll tell you, last night I was in a Rules Committee hearing. Now the Rules Committee is chaired by a Democrat, and 3 times the Democratic chairman of the Rules Committee used the word emergency. I agree. It's an emergency. You know what? I think it was an emergency last fall. I think the Senate Majority Leader should have suspended the 60-vote rule when we passed the appropriations bills earlier in the last Congress, and we could have just had them in place to begin this Congress. But yes, unfortunately, you have identified the correct problem, which is the 2020 election, and the Democrats are bound and determined not to give the president any victory, and that's what we're